It's another episode of Data Live, and of course with the grand scale battles occurring, and Isaac now appearing in front of Shido himself. How are things going to be playing out? Considering we've already lost several key members of the team, or at least named characters, how many are going to be left before the pivotal change-up of it all? But I will say that Data Live is kind of questionable because a lot of what it's doing is quite good, and then they got the weird 3D in there, which they seem to be stuck with. But at least now, after a few episodes, it's starting to sink in and not seem so out of place. But there is definitely going to be some time shenanigans going on, or Mia's going to have a change of heart and rebirth the entire world and start over. Because kind of needing to head that way. But to find out, we're going to have to watch more. So, if you're excited to see more Data Live, strap in, get yourself a drink, because we're about to begin. What a way to start an episode off, just silence and destruction. Cut over to Isaac. Ultimate power! Or something of the like. Considering we being drip-fed the backstory of DEM and Mio and all of that, and basically just how it's tumbling down the hill has reverberated and led into the story and everything else that we're seeing across the rest of Data Live. I really... seeing this actually fill up with more of the orbs, yeah, I feel it's going to get worse before it gets better, but a lot of the time when you see evil, quote-unquote, characters and whatnot, and it goes into their sad sub-story, backstory, and you're like, okay, so granted, their actions were pretty bad, to put it lightly at least. But at least it came from a place of genuine hurt or wanting to fix some wrongs of the past, etc., etc. Yeah, I don't think that's the case here, though. The fact that the other one, Elliot, was that his name? Okay, quite the outfit choices. So we're back a while. And okay, so if he just said he felt nothing, all right, he's just a sociopath or something. But no, feeling elation. Does anything matter to him? Apart from himself? Usually you swing it at the floor to harvest crops. Is this the original training for... I have no idea what... Some sort of magic. Yeah. Actually, just having a mage use their staff as a club, that's their magic attack, that's the kind of show I want to see. So, where is it? Is this meant to be like ye old No, 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 indeed. Ye Old Britain. And what? They're kind of druidic. Is it a little early for her to try and learn? So, where is the sister in all of this? As long as the assistance here is beneficial to him. So, starts off with a death in the family and not so feeling so sad about it, and then just peaceful countryside and learning magic and the like, like everyone does in their early teens in Britain. I Is it not really the fact of their power or anything? It's about their standing in the rest of the world and how can it can impact the village. Yes. There you go, there's the main thing. People are scared of what they don't understand. And in a time of magic, which is incomprehensible, how long before we light the torches and grab the pitchforks? Maybe I shouldn't say anything. Yeah, maybe don't grin when their livelihood and whatnot is in flames. Actually, yes. Rather than dive back into whatever mayhem could be happening over there. Because there's not much they can do unless they have wide range water capabilities. So ultimate power isn't the goal. It's what comes after, what they can do with that power. Not for the benefit of themselves via riches or subjugation. No, just... yeah. Just destruction. Now, understandable wanting revenge against those that wronged you. Anyone that attacked the village where they were trying to be peaceful or whatever. As far as we know, don't actually know what the adults and teachers were doing. But still. It's crazy how apt that is for a lot of people I know of. Always waiting for their chance to act out and have a justification for it. How their brake lines were cut with this handy pair of clippers, we don't know. And granted, they would have had to do a lot of research and whatnot to recover whatever was destroyed in the village fire. Considering they were children at the time, even if two of them were gifted. So, unlike Kurumi, unlike Toka and whatnot, Mio is a being of pure energy, whatnot, rather than imbuing into a living person already. Real grand ambitions right there. And just assuming that whatever they birth forth into this world, they'll be able to control or use. Oh, look, there's all the different colours. Ah, good. The vehicle was in there as well. And is this what we were saying? Was it off China? I can't remember where the first Spacequake event was mentioned to have happened. Let's hope those wards stay strong. They got a lot of trust in it. I'm also surprised with something like that, how the ozone and whatnot wasn't affected. Stripped away our magnetosphere and the like. Now, is it because of their magic and what they've put into the research and the setup and whatnot that it was all this energy was brought together into the shape of a human? Yeah, it would be a tough one to understand or take in, really, but still, it's not the first and probably won't be the last time that he will have died, whether this form or not. Because it gives them an opportunity to continue the plans. It's up to him now. Oh, yeah. I mean, if he's so confident that he can get it. I was about to say, he's got so many at his beck and call. Why only use one? And he then goes and makes my thought process completely moot by calling out a multiple. Yes. Don't you have a monologue, and don't let him have one either. So... yeah, like that was going to work. Letting down your guard entirely and just going straight offense. Great. Great plan. Congratulations. I will give it to the show that having the backing track of the organs and whatnot well, she does seem to have inexhaustible threads to be able to attack with. Save that for later. From that, you now know exactly what kind of situation you were in, if it wasn't already patently obvious. I don't know about nasty air, just completely ambivalent. Just doesn't really care about what happens to everyone because it's all part of the plan, as long as she brings back what she's been pining for. I see the history that they share together really doesn't mean much. And considering her, not this sister, the other sister, her wish to be with him and giving them an out, you don't have to do this. Is she going to appear later on to interject? I mean, that would be the easy option, sure. But that's not what he's after, is it? You're just making potholes now. Okay, yeah, sure, just incapacitate her. Stop her from being able to chase after or attack. Rather than just, turning her away and walking off. Get rid of her means of weaponry first. I mean, she should really respect her elders. Really? After all of this, and they go back to the childhood routine and how they would interact. He gets to decide who's an enemy or not, and I could use that magic. I haven't slept well for a while. Sorry, that animation just... Well, good thing it only hit after she was asleep. I can see why he was always in a wheelchair then, if he was trying to save up whatever energy he had. Once again, a touching moment that was disappointed by the animation. I just feel like if they had slowed it down by a few frames, it wouldn't have been so janky. The Erd Tree. Making her own barrier here. After much analysis of her powers, it's pretty much where everything stems from, isn't it? So if you... Okay... We are in a place in betwixt. Is this what was like... I don't know where my thought was going to go. I was about to forget how spirits were made. Just blocked herself, didn't she? Yeah. A dangerous ability. They need to be shut down fast. And as such, nothing is as we know it. The laws of physics itself be damned. Oh, cool. We just set to God mode. Reflect and magic mirror and everything. She didn't even have to do anything there. They're killing themselves. But yeah, what is the plan? Just to create a bit of distance? But if it's a world that she commands and controls... So you just have to make her... Oh. So you just have to make her think of something that is... Return to those memories, has she now? So just before, keeping her out of out of mischief. Oh, not just going to remove her from the equation. Good. It's probably wise. Yeah, she would want his sister. You just saw what happened with the key. Do you not think there's... every move they use, and it just immediately gets countered. The only way to fight back is to not show an attack at all, but then how do you do anything? And especially since they're being worn down very quickly. I didn't expect pretty much all of the, I will say it now, background spirits to be removed so quickly. Like, the sisters and Yoshino and whatnot are just there a lot of the time. They had their episodes and then weren't utilised very well, I would say, since, so... Okay. Granted, like I said it before, her knowledge of the world, people, and everything being so limited as to reading a few books, watching TV, and interacting with Shinji. The fact that he sacrificed himself to protect someone that he barely knew, would that not somewhat go counter to what she's done since? Or does that not matter? All I can really hope is that Shido can still use the powers of the spirits that have been reabsorbed. If that's the case, then at least he has a fighting chance when they're down to no one except him. At least that's what I'm guessing will happen, because, well, the ring needs to fill up with all the colours of the rainbow. And unless something ridiculous happens, like he can take Mion's power itself into himself, reform the world to what he wants it and what it should be before all of the impact from DEM and whatnot. Would that be a cop-out? Just like, okay, this world is fucked. Let's start again. Let's remake it. But this time, with blackjack and hookers. If you don't know that reference, you haven't seen Futurama. And you disappoint me. And I don't know if it is intentional with the spirits just being taken out so easily. Or if it is to build up that emphasis of, yeah, Mio is a danger to them all, a danger to anyone and everyone. No one's safe because, well, she can just emerge from Kurumi's chest, create a territory where anything and everything is possible as long as she wills it into existence. Or out of existence, I guess, at the same point. Yeah. How do you fight against something that is that omnipresent and omnipotent? Am I using the word right this time? Oh god. We're not going back to the good old days of just going to the arcade and having a date or anything, are we? Not for a while, at least. But at least there's a possibility of seeing Isaac get a comeuppance, which would then make at least some of this worthwhile. I really didn't expect, just him to be a completely emotionless, well, not emotionless, he was very emotion-filled, just about the wrong things. Death and destruction against those that are innocent in all of this. That's the good stuff. Yeah, why does anyone follow people like that? It's not like he was hiding it particularly well. We saw a lot of his facial cues. Yeah, that's one more episode of Date A Live down. One more until the inevitable destruction of everything that we know and hold dear. But plenty more where it can all fix itself. Not sure how and to what regard it's going to be, but sure. If you've enjoyed Date A Live, let me know. There's plenty more of it to come. Kind of. If you want to make sure to not miss out any of it, consider subscribing to the channel. But leave a like and a comment down below. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it really, really helps. Especially since the channel rebranding and moving. I need it more than ever. But make sure to take care of yourselves. Don't go rushing headfirst into any trouble. And I'll see you in the next one. If you want to keep my chest in one piece, consider joining onto my Patreon, because thanks to the likes of Sal, Darky26, Guado, Kite, Reds Racer, Ultra Pouring, Wolfie Sensei, Zug and everyone else, I don't have to worry about blood loss, and instead can just sit down and continue watching anime. So once again, thank you for that.